Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I thank the witnesses for appearing. I especially thank the ranking member for her commentary with reference to the independence of the Fed, which is exceedingly important. Let me remind us that we are currently being moved forward to rule by the plutocracy. The plutocracy consists of those who are very wealthy. They are the people that the millionaires look up to. The millionaires look toward the plutocrats for advice and consent. The plutocracy, to be efficacious, has to have power. It would do something as simple as avoiding advice and consent when persons are being nominated by the president for cabinet positions. Eliminating advice and consent would be antithetical to the Constitution. Plutocrats would do this. Very wealthy, conservative plutocrats, I might add. But I'm also afraid of what they are going to do or attempt to do with the Fed. Plutocrats would like to take charge of the Fed and require the Fed to respond to policies that would emanate from the plutocracy as opposed to policies that would benefit our democracy. So, Mr. Vice Chair, you are going to have a tough time in your current position. But I must tell you, one of your 7 members, Ms. Adriana Kugler, I'm very proud of what she did just recently. She stood up for the independence of the Fed. She has indicated the necessity for a Fed that embraces the notion that monetary policy should not be controlled by the politicians in the country. She didn't say those exact words, but that's the import. So, Mr. Vice Chair, I do ask you, are you prepared to take a stand against a plutocrat who is the co-president by virtue of having some $300+ billion in his coffer? It seems that money makes a difference when the plutocrats are in charge. So I have to ask you, are you prepared to take a stand against the plutocrats and stand up for democracy over plutocracy?
Congressman, the Congress of the United States has set out a clear mandate for us, a dual mandate on monetary policy to advance price stability.
Pardon me for being rude, but the question is not whether we will have a policy, but whether you will stand up for that policy. Are you going to take a stand against Mr. Musk, the co-president, and the president-elect when they demand that their policies be implemented as opposed to the Fed's policies?
Congressman, I'm 100% committed to the independence of the Federal Reserve in meeting our mandate to serve the American public. I am 100% committed to that independence, together with the accountability and transparency before this body and the Senate.
Are you in agreement with the proposition that the independence of the Fed is something that is global in its scope in terms of its impact? If the Fed no longer has the independence that it has today and should have, do you agree that it will impact not only the United States, but the global economic order if the Fed of the United States of America becomes controlled by the plutocrats?
Congressman, as I said, I'm 100% committed to the independence of the Fed. It serves the American people well. That's our job. And I think if you look at the data internationally at independence, that's confirmed not only in the United States but in other countries that the independence of the central bank is essential to its meeting its mission.
Well, I thank you, and I encourage all of you, while your tenure may be short, may be brief, be strong. do not allow the plutocrats to bully you. It's one thing to have a bully pulpit and another thing to have a bully with a pulpit. I yield back.
We'll practice. The gentleman